Hello everyone! Now that Wizards have officially revealed a Star Trek Universes Beyond set, I thought I'd share some card designs of mine for just such a set. Most of these I made roughly a year ago. First up we have Live Long and Prosper, a traditional Vulcan salute. Now the Vulcans in their natural state are violent and emotionally erratic, which are very red qualities. However, they mastered their emotions and started dogmatically following principles of logic, and this is very Azorius coded. Now this card in particular gains you 2 life and draws you 2 cards, essentially letting you live longer and prosper. It also has flashback for gameplay reasons. I wanted blue-white control to have something similar to Memory Deluge once again in standard. Next up, let's talk a bit about the Klingons. They are also violent, but untempered and warlike, obsessed with battle and honor. Very Gruul coded. They have a traditional weapon called a Batleth, which is a no-brain include in a Star Trek set for me. I've chosen to represent it as a red equipment which buffs a creature's power and gives it trample. It also lets you exert equipped creature as it attacks to force an opposing creature to block it this turn if able. I considered making the effect a classic provoke or even a forced single block, but both those effects feel a little too strong. The flavor of challenging an opposing creature to combat is still there. Next up, let's look at set phasers to stun. Once, I thought about what a blue fight/bite spell would look like. The answer I came up with was this card, which flavorfully fits Star Trek perfectly. It allows you to choose a creature you control and tap and put stun counters on a creature an opponent controls equal to your creature's power. This is a perfect time to talk about the design concept of adjustable values. The mana value of this spell is currently 2. Originally, I had it as 1. In the early parts of a design journey, when the things you create are more conceptual, you really don't need to define a lot of values of a card. The most adjustable values of cards are their mana costs and the power and toughness of creatures. These values don't really need to be defined until further down the line, when a set is coming together and you're adjusting these values to make the cards play well with each other in their limited environment, and other cards legal in the formats the cards are intended for, such as Standard or Modern or Commander. Next up, let's look at Quark, the Ferengi bartender of Deep Space Nine. Ferengi are devious and greedy. Their values are embodied in the blue-black colors. For this particular card, I wanted to encapsulate the wheeling and dealing of Quark and his ambition to always come out on top of these dealings. Not that it always works out like that in the show. He lets you trade away your permanents for treasures at a premium, and then lets you acquire the permanents of your opponents at a discount. You'll notice I haven't given him a power or toughness because again, it's an adjustable value. Now let's look at Shuttle Bay. I created this and many of the other cards about a year ago, and at that point Wizards had not revealed many details about Aetherdrift yet, but we knew we were getting a Death Race style set, and I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we had vehicle tokens in Magic, while also working on my concept of a Star Trek set, and figured that the Shuttle Bay of the Great Ships would make a cool mech hangar style land that could create shuttle tokens instead of crewing vehicles. The concept of vehicle tokens was of course realized through cards like Chandra Sparkhunter in Aetherdrift. My favorite of the Star Treks is Voyager, and one of the main characters of that show is the Emergency Medical Hologram, or EMH. Being a hologram, he is an artificial life form, but he's not mechanical, so I've chosen to represent him as an enchantment creature rather than an artifact creature. It feels more suitable to a projection of light. As for his text box, he is programmed to do no harm, and therefore deals no damage. He also cannot be damaged conventionally, since he is a projection. The second and third paragraphs represent his ability to research cures for strange ailments and save the lives of his shipmates. For the color identity, I thought Cynic was a nice fit for healing through medical science. White was a consideration since healing is also a white quality, but to me green represents healing through nature and white is leaning more towards healing through magic. That's all the cards I have time for this time around, but I'm hoping they get you as excited for the possibilities as I am. Please let me know what you think of these cards in the comments below, like the video and subscribe. And as always, have a good day!